Welcome to the 4th Annual CARE Impact Awards, where we join to celebrate the power of the human spirit to overcome and build back a stronger future together. Women are the thread that bind communities, that weave through challenges, that stitch the very fabric of our world together and make it strong, powerful, better, and beautiful. Tonight we honor women and girls around the world overcoming adversity in ways that humble us and fuel our passion to fight for a better world. This is also a special night because it marks 75 years of CARE, a celebration that was planned long before the outbreak of COVID-19. However, like many things over the past 20 months, that celebration took a different turn. In the spring and into summer, India experienced a devastating second wave of COVID. In August, Haiti was rocked by a 7.2 magnitude earthquake. And at the same time, the world watched the ruling party in Afghanistan be overrun by the Taliban. In all these places, CARE has been responding, providing healthcare staff and equipment in India, emergency shelter and supplies in Haiti, and helping displaced and frightened families in Afghanistan. CARE launched a crisis response campaign last year to respond to crises like these, and the one that now affects all who share this planet, COVID. It is the largest fundraising campaign in our history, with a goal of raising $150 million to save lives and protect the futures of more than 100 million people in 100 countries. Tonight, you can help us reach that goal and bring critical aid to millions of people at risk at home and abroad. To help mobilize resources in the face of the COVID pandemic, CARE reintroduced the CARE Package, a historic symbol of hope that provides vital supplies of nutritious food and other items to families and communities worldwide, including, for the first time, in the United States. Since the outbreak, CARE has delivered 8.5 million care packages to families hit hardest in our communities. You can help with CARE's response around the world right now by texting IMPACT to 227-387 to donate. All these efforts to overcome together are what brings us together tonight. And we have an exciting program ahead, so let's start by welcoming our first performance. Please welcome world-renowned cellist, Yo-Yo Ma.
Coming up soon, a performance by Cynthia Erivo. Stay tuned for Hillary Clinton.
Et puis tout, problème de l'eau, problème de l'hôpital. Comme si nous avons un problème, nous avons tranché là. Si il n'y a pas de ou bien pas de monde qui peut pour une moto. Pour le temps, grand pile monde comme ça, il pas du tout monde comme ça. Bon ici on a fait, il pas de moyens pour payer à bagage juste ça, là ici tout monde ça. Ma vie et puis j'ai deux petits garçons, une petite fille qui a à peine 3 mois. Parce que je n'ai pas de moyens même pour me renommer matrone. Comme je fais tout le monde là. Quand il dit comme ça, mais vie jeune, pas de vie assez bien. Avait dit maladie à des baissants. Et puis quand on continue à vite, moi j'étais malgré me fin balle, me sentais me balle tomber, même moi j'ai comme quand même cabal tête. Si senti là-bas, quand elle avait me calé là, et puis mon kumbu il me bat chaque timon yon et comme ça me vivre. Gade là si me bat jeune ni tout. Si quand on carité, nous gade quand si son fait une cabou une bonne tête. Et puis l'autre monde qui t'a aidé dans corona t'es venu camper activité ou pas de cas aider. Mon qui te connaît dem là, il vient arriver mourir. Man elle aime relé bonne nouvelle dit comme ça c'est amical t'as le travail, donc il vient là qu'elle sentit pas bien et puis probablement tant difficile parce que yo explique comment pour vivre petitement, yo explique fort comme si pour protéger tout le monde comme si pour pas penser aux maladies. Demain si je veux comme si je dis je n'ai vivre mal, je ne vivre mal comme ça tout le temps. Quand nous avons besoin de moyens pour vivre et puis laisser ça pour nous dire.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and greetings from Abuja, Nigeria. In a year of continued adversity, CARE has continued to live through both times of great challenge and times of celebration. We continue to experience COVID around the world, and while we see improvement in some places, we still face the fact that only 2% of people living in low-income countries has received a single dose of vaccine. The impact of climate change continue to have an effect on an increasing number of people, defining millions of lives, especially in places least prepared for them. We are experiencing conflict on an unprecedented scale. Around the world, 82 million people have been forced to flee their homes. The combination of COVID, conflict, and climate change is having a deadly toll in places like Yemen. To tell us more about both the need and hope that is found in Yemen, please join me and welcome our colleague, Bushra Al-Dukaina. Thank you.
Hello, this is Bushra Al-Dukaina from Yemen. What does it mean to be in a conflict zone? Feeling not safe for your children, for yourself, for the children to go to school, for girls to be educated or to have a normal life. My son was 9 years old. He was unlucky to grow up with a conflict, and I am very sure that his dreams has changed since then, like many other children around all over Yemen. And too many boys and girls in his age were killed, unfortunately, and have lost the opportunity to go to schools as well. Helping Yemeni families in need is very simple. $50 can buy a shelter or help feeding the hungry children, and also improve the sanitation for the women and girls who are in desperate needs for your help. The more you donate, the more people we can reach. Text IMPACT to 227387. Your contribution is really, really important to save lives in Yemen. Thank you.
Coming up soon, a performance by Cynthia Erivo. Tonight, CARE is celebrating 5 Impact Award honorees dedicated to delivering progressive and innovative ideas to create a just and equal world. Our first award is presented to Darren Walker, President of the Ford Foundation and recipient of the Impact Award for Social Justice.
I am so grateful to all of you, on behalf of everyone at the Ford Foundation, to accept this CARE Impact Award for Social Justice. I know this organization well and have seen its work around the world, in conflict zones, in humanitarian crises. I've seen the packages, the caravans, C-A-R-E. CARE gives dignity, recognizes the humanity, provides the nourishment, yes, for the stomach, but the education and support for their hearts and minds. So this organization is essential. Without CARE, America can't be America in the world. The world needs CARE more than ever. So we must recommit ourselves to ensuring that this institution continues, is durable and resilient and prepared to take on the next generation of work. So thank you on behalf of everyone at the Ford Foundation to CARE.
Thanks to all who are donating to support and empower people around the world during this challenging time. You can too. Just text IMPACT to 227387 to donate. I continue to be endlessly inspired by the resilience of women to overcome and innovate in tough times. Women like the thousands of Village Savings and Loan Association members who responded to COVID. These women pivoted their businesses to selling masks, providing jobs for their communities, and sharing vital information about protection from the virus. To celebrate these remarkable women overcoming, I welcome our next performer, Emmy, Grammy, and Tony Award-winning actress, singer, songwriter, producer, and multi-hyphenate, Cynthia Erivo.
I'm so happy to support CARE and the amazing work they're doing around the world on behalf of women and girls. I'm honoured to be a part of such a momentous occasion to help raise funds for CARE's crisis response campaign. Congratulations to tonight's honorees, and thank you all for being here to celebrate the 2021 CARE Impact Awards. Staring to see a picture of me, but it's too hard to look in my eyes. I know I'm ashamed I might find what I left behind, what I worked for so long to hide. But in the end, I know what's incredible is the chance to change myself. 'Cause diamonds don't shine till they've been buried alive. Oh. But I've been in the rough for long enough. Tonight I'm glowing up. And diamonds can't sparkle till they find light they can follow. The pressure gets tough for just long enough. Tonight I'm glowing up, glowing up, glowing up. Scared at the sight of the sun's dying light, we recoil at the cold of the night. And oh, we forget that the moon and the stars will come soon, and we'll bathe in the warmth of their light. I still remember the time when each day was for crying. Oh, I truly hold them dear. They're the storm that got me here. 'Cause diamonds don't shine till they've been buried alive. Oh, but I've been in the rough for long enough. Tonight I'm glowing up. And diamonds can't sparkle till they find light they can follow. The pressure gets tough for just long enough. Tonight I'm glowing up, glowing up. Might not escape all the pressure, the pain, but I'll never fade away. I've got too much left to say, 'cause diamonds don't shine. Diamonds can't sparkle. The pressure gets tough for just long enough. Tonight I'm glowing up, glowing up. Diamonds can't sparkle till they find light they can follow. The pressure gets tough for just long enough. Tonight I'm glowing up, glowing up. Tonight I'm glowing up, glowing up. Tonight I'm glowing up, glowing up, glowing up. Glowing up.
Coming up soon, Hillary Clinton. Congratulations to Mona Sinha, board chair of Women Moving Millions and the ERA Fund for Women's Equality, is the recipient of the CARE Impact Award for Philanthropic Leadership.
At Women Moving Millions, we believe in a gender equal world. We fund bold, we fund big, and we look for equity in every sphere of our funding. People are shocked when I tell them that in the United States, women do not have equal rights in our Constitution. We are the only democracy in the world where this is true. And so I fight, along with my partners at the ERA Coalition, to make sure that the 28th Amendment that guarantees equal rights regardless of sex, doesn't matter if you're a man, woman, trans or non-binary person. Your rights have to be guaranteed in our Constitution. Thank you everybody at CARE for the work you do in uplifting the change makers who are proximate to the problems of our world and provide the best solutions that we must uphold and support to make sure that their lives and their communities can live in dignity. So I invite you to join us in upholding gender justice, gender equality, and gender rights for making our world a place that we want to leave behind for the next generation. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm with Darren, live tonight at the CARE offices in Atlanta, Georgia, and we have a super special treat. Around the world, women weave incredible impact through their actions, leadership, passion, and determination. To honor the women who are overcoming unimaginable challenges, we are live stitching words to describe the power of women around the world to overcome, and we want your contributions. Submit your word to the Slido link by using the QR code on screen now or following the link below. Maybe it's justice that helps us overcome, or love. Stick around to the end of the program to see the final quilt and perhaps your words featured on it.
Coming up soon, Hillary Clinton. Welcome Eugene Willemsen, CEO of PepsiCo Africa, Middle East, and South Asia, and winner of the Impact Award for Corporate Vision.
Hello everyone. Thank you. It is a tremendous honor to receive this recognition for PepsiCo's role in tackling gender equality in food systems. In much of the world today, the face of farming is women. Globally, women make up half of the agricultural workforce, but many challenges and unequal conditions put women farmers at a significant disadvantage before they can even put a seed in the ground. If women farmers had the same access to resources, they could increase farm yields by 20 to 30%. That impact alone could reduce hunger for 150 million people. In a worldwide effort to create positive change, PepsiCo and the PepsiCo Foundation teamed up with CARE. Together we developed She Feeds the World, a program to teach, equip, train and advocate for women's empowerment and gender equality in agriculture. By pledging $18.2 million to support approximately 5 million female farmers and their families, we are creating more resilient communities. The grant supports women farmers in the countries where PepsiCo and CARE work that are experiencing high rates of poverty and malnutrition, yet have significant potential to increase agricultural productivity. I accept the CARE Impact Award today on behalf of Agnes of Western Uganda, whose husband never allowed her to take a job or earn her own paycheck. But through She Feeds the World, Agnes went through women's leadership training and eventually gained the confidence to run for local political office and won. Today her husband has become her biggest supporter. On behalf of PepsiCo and the PepsiCo Foundation, I'm immensely proud of our partnership with CARE on She Feeds the World, to help train the women leaders of tomorrow. That is why, when you empower a female farmer, you change the world.
დასაქმებული შეზღუდული შესაძლებლები ჰქონდა ქალების სამწუხაროდ სამხულში.
ចាប់ដៃទាញអ្វីដែលធ្វើឲ្យខ្ញុំមិនសប្បាយចិត្តនឹងការបៀតបៀនខ្ញុំហ៊ាននិយាយការពិតដល់ពេលដែលខ្ញុំនិយាយទៅមិត្តភក្តិពីមុនហ្នឹងឥឡូវវាមានសុវត្ថិភាពឯងបងតាំងពីមាន
المرأة تطلع وتشتغل كيف إنه يصير إلها مصلحة وإرادتك هي اللي بتصنع لك المعجزات.
With the COVID-19, the schools closed. No one could afford a mask and COVID was spreading very quickly. We started sewing our own masks, free to our community.
ወንዶች ከቤት ስራ ለመስራት አልተለመዱም፣ ግን እኔ ስላስተማርኩት መስራት ጀምሯል። ፊት ይቆጣጠረኝ ነበር፣ ቁጠባም ስቆጥ ማለት ነው። ዛሬ ግን የለም።
უნდა ებრძოლონ ცხოვრებას და იყვნენ ბედნიერები.
كيف هلا صرنا بالعكس رح نشجعها انها تعمل اكثر مننا.
Live from Atlanta, Georgia at CARE headquarters. Our CARE quilters are hard at work adding your words of inspiration to the quilt. There's still time to submit your word to the Slido link by using the QR code on screen now.
Please welcome Terry Williams, President and COO of One United Bank and recipient of the Impact Award for Economic Justice.
Hi, I am so honored to receive this Impact Award from CARE. Part of the reason I'm honored is that as a child, I was more likely to be a recipient of CARE's work than to be an honoree. I hope that your recipients look at me and realize, President of One United Bank and the wonderful work we do with the community, that you too can have an impact on the world. And I also hope that those of you who give to CARE and that support the work of CARE recognize the ripple effect that you are having on the lives of people like me that needed help and that ultimately grow up to help others. One United Bank, we're the largest Black-owned bank in the country. We're also a community development financial institution. We focus on community lending. We've lent over $1 billion in low to moderate income communities. So our work is really focused on developing communities that also are served by CARE. So for me, being a recipient of the award, yet knowing what it feels like to have needed the services of CARE really is a full circle in my life. So again, thank you. I hope that we can continue the work together. Thanks.
Introducing Carol Tomé, CEO of UPS and recipient of the Impact Award for Global Leadership.
I'm honored to accept the 2021 CARE Impact Award for Global Leadership. As a purpose-driven company, UPS is incredibly proud to partner with CARE to move our world forward by delivering what matters for vulnerable populations around the world. Since the start of the pandemic, UPSers have served on the front lines. We've been essential, stepping up when needed the most to help healthcare providers bolster businesses and deliver everything that families and communities need to thrive. We have also been laser focused on the equitable distribution of life-saving COVID-19 vaccines, as we know that we aren't safe until we are all safe. We're on track to deliver 1 billion COVID-19 vaccines in more than 100 countries by the end of 2021, thanks in large part to our partnership with organizations like CARE. For 75 years, CARE has led with purpose and strengthened communities around the world through its life-saving work. Which is why I'm thrilled to announce that we will make an additional grant of $275,000 to CARE's Fast and Fair program to support frontline healthcare workers leading the fight against COVID-19. This brings our financial support to CARE through the UPS Foundation to $1 million this year. Thank you again for this recognition of UPS. Together, we will save lives, deliver hope, and move our world forward.
Since May 2020, Secretary Hillary Rodham Clinton has served as honorary chair of CARE's 75th anniversary. She is the first ever honoree to receive the CARE Lifetime Award for the pursuit of women's rights for her unparalleled decades of advocacy for the rights of children, girls, and women around the world. From her remarks as First Lady at the Beijing Women's Conference in 1995, where she famously declared that women's rights are human rights and human rights are women's rights, to her roles as U.S. Senator and Secretary of State, Secretary Clinton's leadership has challenged norms, shaped policy, and changed lives. It is for her years as a champion of women and girls worldwide that CARE presents Secretary Clinton with the CARE Lifetime Award for the pursuit of women's rights. Please join me in congratulating Secretary Hillary Clinton.
Women's rights are human rights once and for all.
We care about people who work from sunup to sundown to secure the basics of a healthy life, about the repercussions of a global economic system that traps more than 1 billion people in poverty, most of them women and children. I'm inspired by the example of so many people around the world every single day. The women and men whom I've met who, against the most daunting odds, have made a difference for their families and their communities, and just didn't know the meaning of the word impossible. We each now have the potential in this globalized, interconnected world to act, particularly if we ensure that the benefits reach women, who are more likely to pass them on to their children. Focus on women if you want lasting, measurable results.
Good evening, everyone. I am delighted to serve as honorary chair of CARE's 75th anniversary and to join you for tonight's virtual Impact Awards. I'm especially grateful to be the inaugural recipient of CARE's Lifetime Award for the pursuit of women's rights. You know, already this evening, you've heard incredible performances from Yo-Yo Ma and Cynthia Erivo. And while I don't play an instrument, and I promise not to sing, I want to take this opportunity to celebrate CARE's extraordinary vision and impact. For 75 years and counting, CARE has been committed to fighting global poverty. And I've always appreciated the special focus they bring to supporting women and girls, a lifelong interest and goal of mine. There's so much evidence now to confirm what we have known in our hearts and our lived experience for years. When we lift up women and girls, we lift up families, communities, and entire nations. That's something that CARE deeply understands. That's why women and girls are at the heart of CARE's efforts to improve education and health, to create economic opportunity, to confront hunger and respond to emergencies like the COVID-19 pandemic that has consumed our lives for nearly 2 years. But let's be honest, shall we? I know it can be easy to get discouraged, to get overwhelmed. And it's true that the challenges we face today are too big and too complex for any one purpose, any one person, any one organization, or even one country to tackle alone. But that's why we've got to work together. You know, I do like to say it takes a village, and I've certainly seen that play out over the course of this pandemic. Because we've all had to fight collectively for our health, our rights, and yes, in many places, even democracy. Whether it's tackling the poverty and inequality that existed long before anyone had ever heard of COVID-19, or taking on the problems that have become much more obvious because of COVID-19, CARE has been there. And so too have women. Women have been disproportionately impacted by this pandemic. And over the past years, women have been stepping up in record numbers, demonstrating inclusive, empathetic, science-based leadership that we need desperately around the world. Women have to be at the table, and women's voices and experiences have to be heard and respected if we're going to be able to deal not just with the pandemic today, but with whatever the future throws at us. Future pandemics, climate change, inequity, so much that we face and we know we will continue to confront. But the good news is, I believe with all my heart, we have a golden opportunity to build back a safer and more equitable future. One that starts with vaccine equity, because no one should be denied the opportunity of receiving life-saving COVID vaccines because of their social, geographic, political, economic, or environmental circumstances. Women have a key role to play in this fight as advocates for our families, our communities, and our countries. And I know that CARE, once again, is on the front lines, helping to protect communities in need, helping to get more people vaccinated, helping to get more kids back into school, helping to bring about a more equitable recovery for a stronger future. I was so honored when Michelle Nunn first asked me to serve as honorary co-chair of this 75th anniversary. I was really happy to take on this role because I wanted to use my voice to lift up this incredible organization. I consider that a high privilege. Of course, I'm thankful to CARE for everything it has done for 75 years, but also what it's doing right now to rise to the challenges facing us. And that, to me, is the reason we're all together tonight. Because marking this anniversary and celebrating these awards is about looking to the future. So I wish all of you continued health and safety as we still navigate our way out of this pandemic. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for tuning in tonight and for supporting CARE. CARE is there whenever we need it, and may it ever be so. Thank you all very much.